Hey guys, Near Mint Nerd here on the I Got Issues Network. Today's haul video is just to kind of take care of a few comic books I just didn't have time for in the last haul. If you saw the last haul, you know I cut a section out. It's because it ran too long. I try to keep it, I don't like to go much over a half hour at the very most. So I got a nice tight little haul for you today. It's just the leftover books from the last haul, plus a couple I picked up since then. But pretty small. I'll get you out of here in a few minutes. So let's get right into it, and I'll see you on the other side. Alright guys, this is the last part of the haul that I cut out of my last video because it was running long. Not a lot of key books here, just some really cool covers, some older books, but nothing too exciting. Again, this is the stuff that didn't quite make the cut from the last haul, but I hope you still enjoy it. We're going to start with Marvel and 2-in-1's The Thing versus Machine Man. That's number 93. Marvel 2-in-1, of course, was a Thing team-up book, similar to Marvel Team Up, which was a Spider-Man team-up book. Always fun to see the Machine Man. He had his own series, ran for about 20 issues, 19 or 20 issues. It was a fun series. This is a pretty good book. That might be Ultron in the background there. I don't remember this specific issue. I know I've read this before, but I really like this cover, so I was happy to pick it up for $1 or $2. Next up, Marvel and 2-in-1, The Thing and Rom, number 99. I love Rom. Rom was a licensed character that Marvel owned at the time. He had a series, I think it ran to 50 issues with a couple of annuals, maybe even longer. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check that out for you. But he was kind of a cool character, and then he completely disappeared. Rom and the Space Knights completely disappeared from Marvel when they lost the license. And then for a while they had a Space Knights series. They just weren't allowed to say Rom. And now I think IDW owns the rights to Rom. So if you want to keep reading about Rom, you can check out IDW. But back here, Marvel owned the rights. It was a fun series. Here he is teaming up with The Thing. And then in the Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing and Ben Grimm, number 100. So basically The Thing is teaming up with himself without his rocks. I'm very curious to read this to see how that happened, because obviously they're the same person. That would be like the Hulk teaming up with Bruce Banner. So I will tear into this one and give that one a read, but this is a double-sized. You know how I feel about double-sized comics, especially when they're only $1 or $2. So there's not a lot of value in these Marvel 2-in-1. Maybe some of the really early ones, but upwards of the 70s to 100. I think it ran to like 115 or something around there. No real value, but a lot of good reading, a lot of great covers. Next up, we have Ka-Zar, number 17. It's a 25-cent issue. A Sky Full of Fear. Really cool cover. Ka-Zar and it seems some flying sharks. Isn't that insane? Look at that cover. Wow. Flying sharks. And then there's his saber-toothed tiger. I mean, just a really unique, fun cover. Take note of the 25-cent cover price because I also picked up 18 and the cover price was 30. In the month, the cover price went up. This is a fun cover too. You can see Pip the Troll here. He's a fun character, and it seems like there's a chance that what's his name? Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones. It looks like he might be playing Pip the Troll in the new Avengers movie. So that's something to look out for. But I'm a big fan of these Ka-Zar books. You'll notice that Ka-Zar looks a lot like the Thor cover that I showed you last issue, and who also a lot of times looks like Kamandi. So it seems like these long blonde-haired, wild-haired guys all kind of look the same. Kind of a house style, I guess. But really cool cover there. Love that kind of fish-faced guy. Can't wait to read that story. Should be a fun one. I really like Ka-Zar. Also picked a couple of cheap Atlas comics. These were only $1 or $2 because the condition's not great. But a lot of these comics only put out between 1 and 3 issues. It seems like they put out like 8 or 10, maybe less, maybe 6 to 8 different series, as monthlies. And I think they bit off more than they could chew because some of them only had 1 issue. Some of them got as high as 3, but that was it. I don't know what happened there, but it's fun to get these old books that kind of like just disappear. So we got The Destructor, number 1, and that's a 25-cent issue. We also have Atlas's Target, number 1, again, also 25 cents. You've had it now, Target. You're going down with the ship. It seems like Target's kind of a, dare I say, human target, or some kind of like secret agent guy or some CIA guy or something. Looks pretty cool cover though. I think I paid $2 or $3 for all of these. Again, they look better than they are. There's also the Cougar. He seems to have a villain who's Revenge of the Vampires, so I guess he's got kind of a vampire villain there in this, his first and probably last issue. I mean, he may have got to number 2 or 3, but again, none of these I think went past issue 3. And Tiger Man, note that Gene Cologne cover there. Look at that Tiger Man. Oh my God, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this their take on Spider-Man? I hope not, because this is not an appealing looking character. I would not want to follow this guy's adventures every week or every month. Especially, he looks more like a villain than the good guy, doesn't he? Kind of weird. I also got their Conan knockoff, Iron Jaw. Actually, this is called Barbarians, featuring Iron Jaw. Again, this only went, I think, 3 issues, and it was out the door. No great surprise. There were a billion of these Conan the Barbarian knockoffs in the late 70s, early 80s. Of course, none of them have thrived. Even Conan eventually kind of went downhill and disappeared for a while. All right, next up, I got a couple of Tarzan books. I really like the Tarzan books. I'm a big fan of Edgar Rice Burroughs stories in general. So, I have a couple of the 100-page. I have I'm not sure if there's more than one. I only own one, actually. The 100-page giant of Tarzan. And I've read that thing cover to cover so many times. I just love it. So it was time for some new Tarzan stories, is what I'm saying. So we got number 5 here, 30-cent cover price. Again, just a couple of bucks for a pretty beat-up copy. John Buscema cover. Really nice. And that's number 5. I also picked up number 6. Tantor has gone mad, Ape Man. When the tree falls, he will slay us. Rage of Tantor. Very nice. I also got number 8. Apes versus Arab Raiders. Yikes. The Battle for the Jewels of Opar. That one looks like a lot of fun. That's number 8. Also picked up number 9 versus Hista the Serpent. Wow, that's a great cover. Really cool image there. Very nice. Again, these are pretty much reader copies. If I had to assign a grade to them, it would be, I mean, some of these are nice enough. I would say between 5 and 6.5, maybe at the most. But that's okay. They're only $1 or $2, so I'm certainly not complaining. And finally, I got Tarzan number 10, The Deadly Peril of Jane Clayton. Tarzan, he loves his Jane. That's a very cool cover. Wow, I like that a lot. All right, and finally, no, not finally, I have a few more, but close to finally, I got a little run of Howard the Duck. I'm a huge Howard the Duck fan. I have probably a complete set, but when I came across these, they were in great shape. They were super cheap, so I picked them up anyways because how can I not? And, these aren't really worth much, but they're fun to have. They're great books, great reads, a lot of fun. They did a lot of parodies. There's a great parody in this batch that I'll show you. We'll get there. But we're starting with Howard the Duck number 6. And it seems to be kind of like a Dracula, or Dracula, not Dracula, Frankenstein motif here as they go into the secret of the cellar sinister. And you see a figure there on the platform device, similar to the one that Frankenstein... Oh, and the straps are breaking, so that's trouble. Really fun cover there. I also picked up Howard the Duck number 9, When Bites the Beaver. Oh, that's a nasty looking beaver. Kind of like the Sasquatch of beavers. Very cool. And we also got number 10. And this one has Spider-Man in it. Out of the egg into the frying pan. Doom in the dark dimension. You know, I really like Steve Gerber. It was a big loss when he died a few years ago. Because he was in the middle of a new Howard the Duck series when he passed. And gosh, he was such a great satirist. Not a lot of guys can do comedy the way that Steve Gerber used to do. Really funny, solid stuff. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Then we've got number 23, which is the Star Wars parody. You can see, you know, Howard the Duck's catchphrase, "Wah! Star Wars." Right this very minute in a galaxy too close for comfort. Oh my goodness. Woo. I got the sneezes. I'm allergic to hilarious comics, apparently. Howard the Duck, number 23. Great. There's your C-3PO, and the R2-D2 is a garbage can that says, "Please don't litter." You'll notice Chewbacca is represented by the man thing. And I assume that Princess Leia there is his girlfriend. What was her name? Jeez, I can't remember all of a sudden. It was played by Leia Thompson in the Howard the Duck movie, which, by the way, I saw twice in theater. Hey, come on, give me a break. I was like 10 years old. But I do confess that I loved it. And finally, for the Howard the Duck run here, I got Howard the Duck Annual number 1. This is a Thief of Baghdad parody. The Thief of Bag Mom. Well, that's a little easy, isn't it? Ever wonder what transpires on the 1002nd Arabian Night? Well, I didn't until I just read that. Now I'm very curious. Very fun looking comic. Very cool, king size annual. You know me, I love my annuals. All right, and a couple of well, not quite Silver Age, early Bronze Age, maybe late Silver Age, early Bronze Age. First off, Superboy. I always seem to have new Superboy. It's the easiest thing to find. I love this cover with Superboy seeing his old grizzled self in the mirror. Ooh, that kind of looks like me on first thing in the morning. Kind of scary. Also picked up Where Monsters Dwell, number 26. I was just in a monster kind of mood after reading the new Marvel crossover event series, which I, for some reason, can't even remember the title of. Monsters Unleashed or something? I don't know. I actually didn't love it, but maybe we'll talk about that at another time. Where Monsters Dwell, though, the thing called Metallo. No, not that Metallo. Superman doesn't appear in this book, nor does his villain. This is a big old monster creature called Metallo. Really cool cover. Gotta love it. And then to close out things, I've got Weird War Tales, number 19. I just love these. I just love, the horror books that are combined with war or Western comics. I get just a thrill from these anthology books. This looks like a pretty fun one. I also picked up Weird War Tales number 25. Looks like a Revolutionary War cover there with a ghostly phantom doing a little art. Really dig that a lot. And finally, last but not least, The Mystery and Madness of Weird War Tales, number 21. And there we see a soldier as he scales the rampart wall of a castle only to find a skeletal army at the top. My goodness, who would have expected that? Not me, but I will give it a read, and I can't wait. So I hope you enjoyed this mini haul. Again, this was just the leftovers that I had to cut out of the last video because it was running so long. I want to thank you for joining me. Hopefully you saw something you liked. Please leave a comment. Please, hit subscribe, hit like, all that fun stuff. But for now, I'm going to turn you back over to the Near Mint Nerd. Take care, guys. Fear not, citizens. Near Mint Nerd is here to save the day. Up, and whoa. Welcome back. Wow, that was quick. I knew this was a quick haul, but not that quick. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be back later in the week Usually I'm back on Wednesday for my new comics haul. That's actually going to be on Thursday this week because I got a couple of things going. I'm not going to be able to pick up my books till Thursday morning. And then hopefully I'll have something else on Friday. I'm working on a theme haul. I hope it comes together in time. But if not, that'll be up early next week. Either way, Thursday for sure for the new comic haul. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Please hit subscribe. Please hit like. Please leave a comment. I hope you come back real soon. We're going to have lots of fun stuff in the future. This is the Near Mint Nerd saying goodbye, everybody. Come back to I Got Issues. See you later. Bye-bye.